Hi, I'm TJ Saline Caldwell, founder and director of Apple of His Eye Charity. And I just want to tell you today how the charity started. On my first mission trip in 2006, I had no idea what that would lead to. I met two pastors on that mission trip to southern India, and they were my translators throughout the 2 weeks. I got to know their stories through asking them for their testimonies and finding out that these two men were rescuing children off the street, children that were homeless, that were in the sex trade, that were in slave labor, that had no hope. And I just came home with such a burden to want to help these pastors. And one thing led to another. I started in-home fundraisers, got more people involved from my neighborhood and from Bible studies. And then my church got involved and helped me start a sponsorship program to these orphans in India. And that was great for a while, but then we realized, both my church and myself realized, that God was doing something pretty special here. It was growing more quickly than the church could manage. So we knew we needed to take that next step and make it official. And I was just wrestling. You know, I really just could not see how to start a nonprofit on my own. I was very nervous and really just questioning and arguing with God. So one day when I was on a prayer run, I love to talk to God during runs through my neighborhood. I was asking God about, how can I do this? And there's just no way. And as I was wrestling with God, I ran over a penny. And my first thought was, don't stop. It's dirty. It has no value. It's not worth the effort to stop and pick it up. No sooner had I run over it than another thought came crashing through very loudly and clearly. TJ, that's exactly what the world thinks of my orphans and widows, that they too are dirty and have no value and aren't worth stopping for. And man, God got my attention. I immediately turned around, and as I picked up the penny and confessed to the Lord just my disobedience, I told him, hey, I will follow you anywhere. I will obey. I want to do your work. And from that, Apple of His Eye Charity started in 2012. So a couple other people that were involved in the charity at the time, they went running with me one day, and I was just sharing all this about how God spoke so clearly through the penny. And almost at the end of our run, as I'm telling these two gals about the story, we looked down and just started screaming. There were pennies all over the ground on the run, and we were picking them up and praising God, knowing that God had just confirmed that He is the one in control of this charity, that He's the one that's multiplying these pennies. He will make the change. So from my penny story, we came up with a campaign called Making Change. We realized that everybody can be involved in making change. We have these tins that we've developed where you can just put your spare change in, dollars, hundreds, whatever you have lying around. From the youngest to the oldest, we all have something to give. All of us can make a difference and make a change. Thank you so much.